Kia ora. Today I've got a story for you as part of the Story Collective, and my name is Anne from the Story Collective, and this story was told to me by Xanthi Gresham, and it's a real favourite of mine, and I hope you enjoy it. And many thanks to Xanthi for allowing me to tell this tale. Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, a long time ago, in a land far, far away, there was a young girl, and her name was Little Red, and she was so named because her grandmama had made her a beautiful red cloak that she liked to wear wherever she went. And now Little Red was of an age where she too wanted to learn to sew, and so every week she would make her own way through the forest to her grandmama's cottage and have a weekly sewing lesson. And now she had in her pocket her own little needle book with needles, pins, thread and a small pair of scissors. And she was so proud of the sewing lessons that she'd had, and she'd been practicing all week. And look, now she could take the thread and she could pull it through, thread it through the needle and pull it, and even tie a little knot at the end. And so today was the next day for her next lesson. And before she set off through the forest, her mother gave her a basket of baking to take with her, and off she set through the forest. And it was a beautiful sunny day, and as she wandered through the forest and she saw some flowers, and she stopped to pick them because she thought she would take those to her grandmama too. And while she was there, who should happen upon her but, of course, the wolf. Unfortunately for Little Red at this moment, Wolf was not too hungry, and so he thought he would have some fun. And he said, "Hello, Little Red, what are you up to today?" He said, "Oh, hello, Mr. Wolf. Well, I'm off to see my grandmama. It's my weekly sewing lesson, and I just can't wait to go and find out what I'm going to learn this week." And Mr. Wolf said, "Tell you what, Little Red, why don't we have a race and see who can reach your grandma's house first?" "Oh, great! That sounds such fun." And she said, "Which way shall we go?" And so the wolf, thinking quickly, was thinking ahead and thinking how much he would like to eat grandmama first, with maybe a little bit of a taster of Little Red afterwards. So he said, "Well, we have the path of needles or the path of pins. Which would you like to take, Little Red?" Little Red thought quickly. He always thought, it's easier to pin than to sew. I'll take the path of pins. "I'll take the path of pins, please." "Right. I see. Let's see who's going to win." And off they went. And Mr. Wolf knew that he needed to go quickly. And off he went through the woods, faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And he came through, and as he came through the forest, he came to a clearing, and he passed the rockery. He didn't pause, he went straight through the door, and in one almighty gulp, swallowed grandmother whole. And he just having time to then pull the blankets up, jump into her bed, and pull the blankets up, and pull a bonnet over his head. It wasn't long after that Little Red came skipping along the path. She liked a race as good as anyone else, but she also enjoyed being out into the forest and running along. When she came to the door, she knocked. "Hello," came a voice, which Little Red immediately thought, that is not my grandmama's voice, because she was not a stupid girl. "Hello, Grandmama, it's only me, Little Red." "Come in." As Little Red opened the door and came into the dark cottage, she picked up a pan as she walked towards Grandmama's bed. "Come closer, Red, so I can see you." Oh, my, what big ears you've got, Grandmama. All the better to hear you with, my dear. And, what big eyes you've got, Grandmama. Well, that's all the better to see you with, my dear. And, Grandmama, what big teeth you've got, all the better to eat you up. And at that moment, the wolf jumped out of the bed and was met by the very deft hand of Little Red, bringing the frying pan to meet Mr. Wolf. Dong! It knocked Mr. Wolf unconscious, and he lay upon the floor. As Little Red looked upon the floor, she could see a very grandmama-shaped bulge in his muddle and his stomach. And thinking very quickly, she took out her small scissors and cut across the wolf's stomach. And then out stepped Grandmama. Little Red was there. She said, Grandmama, bring me 2 of the rocks from the rockery in the garden. And Grandmama went and bought 2 rocks, a fairly large rock and a smaller rock. Quickly, Little Red put the rocks inside the wolf's stomach. She said, Grandmama, watch this, I've been practicing all week. And she took her needle and some thread. She threaded the needle, tied a little bit of knot at the end. And she said, look, in and out and pull it through. In, out, pull it through. In, out, pull it through. And she repeated the stitches until finally Mr. Wolf's stomach was all stitched back up again. Then she whispered, Grandmama, we need to hide under the bed. Quietly, they hid under the bed. It wasn't long after that when Mr. Wolf started to wake up. Oh, I got a terrible headache. Now then, where was I? Little Red. Did I eat her or didn't I? And as he stood up, his stomach went to the floor with the weight of the rocks. And he went, oh, I must have eaten her. And so he ran out of the house and on. And to that day, Mr. Wolf was never hungry again. And Little Red continued to have her sewing lessons and became as good a seamstress as her grandmama. And she was always able to think for herself. Thank you.